Happy Monday. Happy Monday. It's Magic Monday. I'm super happy to be here today. A little bit of technical difficulties this morning, not getting the right camera to work this morning. I'm here with my second best camera, but that's not what matters the most. It's Magic Monday, and we're going to miss Megan today because she has stuff going on at home, as you can imagine, with twins. Um, things are happening. Everything is good, but things are happening. So I'm here. I'm hoping I'm live. Tori, am I live? Now it says I'm live. All right. Happy Magic Monday, everyone. I wanted to jump in here today and talk about how to create even more magic. Megan and I were talking this morning, and like I said, she can't be here today. She's taking care of babies this morning. Um, get to be flexible, get to go with the flow. That's what having your own business, having a family, all means. So we're so grateful that we have the flexibility to do this in our lives. But we were talking today about the last 90 days. We're about at the end of the quarter of this of the end of the quarter, the end of the first quarter. And we're talking about what we have created in this first quarter, in this first 90 days. And I'll tell you a little bit about Megan's story after I tell you a little bit about mine. My husband and I are about to move to Prescott at the end of the month. And in about October, we started kind of talking about maybe we should move. I was feeling like the itch to have more space, to have more land. And we really started just kind of looking at properties in December. And we went and found a property that we really liked in December. But as many of you may know, that the market is super hot, and we decided at that moment that it was better to sell our house now so we wouldn't have a contingency and we could go in and make great offers and get chosen when we fell in love with a house. That first house we fell in love with, it was just the land was really perfect. The house wasn't so perfect, but we made an offer on it, and that's how we kind of learned how everything was working. Like all houses are getting multiple offers. So we decided to pull back and sell our house first. So we waited until after Christmas. January 7th is when our house went on the market. And we had an offer, we had 5 offers by January 9th. And then 2 weeks later, the day before my birthday, January 21st, we found the house that we fell in love with, the perfect land, and it's in the same neighborhood as the original house because that area just felt like mine. I was like, when we didn't win that property, I was like, this feels so weird because this really feels like my house, right? Even though the house part wasn't as perfect. But that's what I manifested in 90 days was our dream home on 1.5 acres. And I want to share with you how I did that. And I've shared, if you've been following us in Magic Monday for some time, manifesting homes is something I've done for quite a few years. That's like something that like really comes a little more easy to me. I mean, it's just like I've been doing it since I was 24 years old. So 25 years almost, I have been manifesting homes. What I did differently on this home, what I did previously on the homes was imagine Christmas in the home because Christmas is such a joyful time. I could really cultivate those emotions, right? And so I always imagined where the Christmas tree would go, how Christmas would feel, how my decorations would look in that house, and that could really cultivate the joy and love of being there and living there. This house I did completely differently. And in back then too, we also had a budget, and that kind of thing. This time I did it completely different. Um, we identified, Todd and I made a list of our absolutes, what we wanted in this house and where we wanted it to be. I imagined it deep in the pines. I didn't want it high on a mountain overlooking pines. I wanted to be down in the pine trees, right? And I wanted this enchanted forest home, but I wanted it to be like a castle. I didn't want a log cabin. I didn't want something rustic. I wanted it to be a castle. And so we made our list, okay? And I made a frequency wave recording about the house. Like we love sitting on the deck of a morning, drinking our coffee, overlooking the pines and seeing the trees, watching the deer, the squirrel, and all of the raven. I had all of that and I listened to it every morning and every night. First thing in the morning, this is what I listened to. And I just imagined myself laying in bed in our new bedroom. And I imagined walking out into the forest and smelling the pine and just feeling so peaceful and calm there. So it's a little bit different than the Christmas. This and I feel like I was capable of this because more now, 25 years later than 25 years ago, I know my essence. I know the essence of who I am. And I really felt like I was awakening to my property. This is the property that I am meant to be a steward of. And this is in Yavapai County. Yavapai being the indigenous people who lived in those mountains before, and Yavapai means people of the sun. And so we manifested that in 90 days. We didn't have, here's what we did. Here's what was also different is that we didn't say, well, we have to find this house under this budget. We defined what we wanted and we didn't think about how much it would cost. I mean, Todd was over there going, okay, this is our budget. And I was over here going, but this is what this is what I want. This is what we need. This is what it has to be. The land was most important to me. And we kept getting houses that were within our budget and they weren't working. And I kept going in and doing my own searches, going, oh, this house looks great. This house looked great. But it was above our budget, right? But we weren't thinking about that. But what happened was that we sold our house and actually made the extra money on our house in order to get what I was manifesting. So we weren't really going, well, can we afford that? Can we get that for that price? Keeping my focus on the desired outcome, everything else fell into place. We received an offer $100,000 over our asking price, which meant we had $100,000 more to buy our home with. So that's what I want to bring. So it's when we talk about something you're manifesting, whether it's a home or whatever it may be, a lot of people put the money first. We see the money as our path to getting what we want. Okay? So that's not the way to do it. We focused on, and we went beyond possibility, and I'll say the universe met us, but we are the universe. We are creating. Remember our Mother Mary activation? This is created through us. And because I was listening to my frequency wave recording, listening and putting myself in that home and smelling the pine and seeing the deer and seeing the raven, putting myself there twice a day, everything else fell into place that I didn't even consider thinking about. So that's something that's possible for you in 90 days. What have you created over the past, in the first part of 2022? Have you created what you want? Or would you like to create something even more? Would you like to create something more in this next quarter? the sky is the limit. Megan has been sharing, and I will share her story a little bit. Megan has created over $200,000 in income in this first quarter. In this first quarter, she but she made more in this first quarter than she made last year. Okay? And she did not grind. That is not what we teach in Sophia Mystery School. In fact, we have been determined, in finding our right mentors, our right coaches, because there's lots of coaches out there that are saying that you can do this with ease and flow and grace, but that's not how they're running their companies. And Megan and I set out to prove our own intuition that you can be in your feminine. You can, with ease and grace and flow, and with newborn twins, create the kind of income that you want. And it is about, we'll be teaching this in Walking Between Worlds. We will be teaching our processes to align with your vision, align with your essence, align with your frequency, because everyone has a different way of creating. I talked about last week on the Mother Mary activation that we are creating through us. Now, everything has already been created in the mind of the divine. If you can conceive it, it has already been created in the mind of the divine. So you are the divine. If you've conceived it, it's already created in your mind. And now it's about aligning with it. It's about being in the pleasure of it before it shows up physically. And that is what Megan and I will be teaching in our 12-week program, Walking Between Worlds. And Walking Between Worlds came to me in December, right? Because I was going, okay, where do we go next? What do we offer? What do our clients need most right now? And it came to me, Walking Between Worlds, because we're talking about and teaching you to be in the world, but not of it. Just like Jesus said, be in the world, but not of it. We get to play in the matrix. We get to be in our flow, in our pleasure, in our joy, and in our womb space of creation that aligns with your frequency, your essence, right? And create from there, create from that space. And it becomes easy and joyful. It's not what we've been taught about hard work and grinding, nose to the grindstone. Just keep your head down, right? No, that is not life. It is about the flow and the joy of it all. And so Megan and I, Tori, will put in our calendar links if you'd like to learn more about Walking Between Worlds, where we are going to take you, we're going to help support you in identifying your soul purpose project. My soul purpose project for this first quarter was getting my dream home. It's not just my dream home, it's where my business is going to take place. Right? I mean, I will be doing retreats there, VIP days there, on the land of the people of the sun. And so I accomplished that in 90 days. Megan accomplished her financial goal in 90 days. And so you get to choose your soul purpose project. We'll support you in that. It can be building your business. It can be writing a book. It can be healing a relationship. My mom has come in Walking Between Worlds, and hers is to rebuild her cabin out on her land. And we have people building their businesses. Your soul purpose project can be getting a healthy body, supporting your body in a new way. Maybe you want to change your diet to a diet that resonates with ascension to become more of your light body. Maybe you want to increase your psychic abilities or your connection with your higher self or your spirit guide team. Whatever it is, we will support you in identifying that soul purpose project. And in 90 days, you will have realized it. Okay, 90 days. That's all you need. Plus, you're going to have a container of other people. We're building this momentum of light workers and star seeds, people just like you and I, who are learning to play in the matrix and manifest, not manifest, create what we want through being an energetic match to it. So, inside Walking Between Worlds, you'll get readings from Megan, activations from me, weekly group calls, plus one-on-one coaching with myself and Megan. So if Tori, if you just put our calendar links in, you can book a call with us. We definitely want to talk with you, help you identify your soul purpose project, and bring you in. So by June, you have realized your soul purpose project and your life will be transformed. There is no doubt about it. So book your call with Megan or I. And we look forward to talking with you. Have a magic Monday. Discover what it is you want to create in 90 days and let's do it. No more waiting. There's